I don't know how many of you guys frequent Senkaku Complex. It's a very a very interesting website. It caters to a very specific audience, and honestly, it's probably not advisable for me to suggest you guys go to it, but they did post an article recently that had me very curious. So curious, in fact, that I decided that I needed to do a dedicated video on it. And that is because, as you guys should be aware, a few days ago, I did a video on Project Eve. I've covered Project Eve multiple times. This game looks absolutely stunning. The action combat, the aesthetic look and feel of the game itself, and more specifically, the character model, which is actually being attacked online, and pretty much the topic of this entire video. Now, I just want you guys to take a moment here and look at the character model in specific. I get it, I understand. They have a certain emphasis on specific aspects of the character's body, especially within the trailer. But looking at some of these comments, things like, I cannot believe that PlayStation put this trash in their show. Things like, nice monsters, but OMG, it seems that the character came out from some generic hentai. And things like, why are we still doing this shitty character design? Left me baffled. I mean, these are just a few out of many of the comments that have been left attempting to disparage the game. Now, the article in specific from Senkaku Complex is titled, Reset Era Despises Project Eve's Main Sexy Heroine. Reset Era has been aghast at the male gaze present in the latest trailer for Project Eve, calling out their hatred for the main female character's design, even though several commenters in the thread really liked the game. A new trailer was unveiled at the most recent PlayStation showcase, and honestly, I went ahead and I covered this trailer as well, and I can genuinely appreciate what I saw within the trailer. And admittedly, a lot of people in the comment section, which went on to garner hundreds of comments, could also appreciate what was present within the trailer. But while the denizens of Reset Era mostly had positive opinions for the title, there were naturally quite a few individuals whining about the quote-unquote male gaze and complaining about the sex appeal of the main heroine, even though she's wearing an all-encompassing bodysuit and the shots of her assets and rear camera angles were minimal. Now, I'm gonna go through some of the comments here and show you guys just how crazy people can be. At first glance during the live stream, I thought, wow, that's a lot of focus on the ass, and then it just kept going. And I just want to respond to that one personally, just right off the bat here. Most third-person games show your character from a rear perspective, so you are going to have a very large focus on their rear. Who are those shots and jiggles for? Jiminy Jesus. Those shots were unnecessary though. I can't believe that PlayStation put this trash in their show. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys here, gaming companies have put a surplus of trash in their shows on many occasions. I would not classify this as such. I'm happy to see a Korean game. I just wish that the woman was less sexy though. The main character design is awful, but this was my favorite of the games shown during the event. Nice monsters, but OMG, it seems like the character came from some generic hentai. The main character design is so crap. What is it with these awful character designs ruining entire games that could otherwise be good? Why are we still doing this crappy character design? Also, we didn't really need all of those gratuitous rear and crotch shots, lol. The character design is terrible, she looks so generic, straight up from a Korean MMO. And this is where the comments concerning the male gaze come into play. DMax3901 went on to state more like Project Male Gaze, followed by Xyrox with the action and enemies looked kinda cool. The male gazy camera far less so though, pretty embarrassing. Plake went on to state that it looks great except for the ridiculous male gaze stuff. And I'm gonna be completely honest with everyone right now. I've never even heard the term male gaze be used for a focus on a specific area of a character. So this is news to me. And then further through the article, they go on to showcase how some people were actually banned for attempting to, as Senkaku Complex likes to put it, go against the narrative. As an example, Judgment J went on to state, rear shots dozens, ideas not stolen from games made by Platinum Games with a focus on Nier Automata, 0. And he was banned for inappropriate commentary. And scrolling through it, like, this is a very common theme in this thread. And again, from the trailer, I completely understand. There were some very gratuitous shots taken. There was a noticeable focus on specific assets of the character. But if you compare the most recent trailer to the last trailer that came out, the last trailer had actual physics, had movement on certain areas of the character's body that were not present in the newer version of the trailer, which means that those specific animations were removed from the more recent version of the game. Now, it is crazy that things like this happen, that a company can release a game with a trailer and a character within that trailer, and then just have so many people attack not only the game, but the character within the game, and then the staff behind the character that is within the game, as opposed to seeing a character, seeing a game that they just don't like the look of, and ignoring it. I mean, personally, if I see a game that I don't like the look of, if I see a character in a game that I don't like the look of, if I watch a YouTube video that I just don't like, I'm gonna close out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and disregard the character. I'm going to go ahead and forget that the game exists, because it's a waste of my time to channel hate into something like this. And I don't understand why these people are taking all this time to do so.